Hi guys, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV. This is the preview for Sunday night's game at Old Trafford against Manchester United. A massive game for us, and we go into the fixture on the back of a 1-0 defeat at home to Swansea, which really was a shock result and has really hindered our progression in getting a top 2 finish this season. Of course, it is in Man City's hands now. We've got to rely on them to drop points if we are to make a top 2 finish this season. Of course, we'll have to get a result against United, and we must avoid defeat at all costs in this game. We go to United with, I think, despite losing to Swansea, I still think we can go into this game with a lot of confidence. As long as we're not complacent and we put in a similar performance to the ones that we did against Manchester City earlier on in the season, and if we play like we did when Welbeck scored in the FA Cup quarter-finals a couple of months ago, then I think we can come out of this game certainly with a win. This is a depleted Manchester United side. Let's not forget that I think they're going to be without Wayne Rooney for this game. They're going to be without their leader. Not to mention they're already without Michael Carrick, who is the absolute core of that team. We've seen over the past couple of games how they have absolutely dropped after relying so heavily on Michael Carrick, who has been an absolute diamond in their midfield this season. He's been absolute class despite his age, and they really have struggled without him in recent weeks. They will go into the game on somewhat of a high. They did get a win against Crystal Palace the other weekend. A very scrappy game to say the least. I think Crystal Palace certainly put in a very good performance in that, and maybe were worthy of a point at least, but Marouane Fellaini in the right place at the right time to put the ball in the back in there. A 2-1 victory for United, and they're going to be fully believing that they can get a result, if not a win, in this fixture on Sunday evening. I think there are a couple of areas that certainly we have to expose from United. I certainly think that their defence is very vulnerable. I think that as good as maybe the likes of Chris Smalling and Phil Jones have been this season, they are very prone to error. I certainly think their fullbacks can be exposed. I think Luke Shaw is a potential player to start at fullback for them, and Valencia, I certainly think we can expose him in some way, shape or form. Of course, the midfield is going to be an area of the pitch where I think it's going to be rather difficult to override United. I think our midfield has been splendid this season, but they've got players like Marouane Fellaini who can make it difficult, they can make it rough for us. But I think with the technical players we've got in the middle of the park, it should be enough to overhaul them, but that's really where I'm concerned about them. Up top, I'm not too sure who they're going to start. If they are without Wayne Rooney, it's going to be a bit of a shock to see who's going to play up front for them. If Radamel Falcao starts, of course, it's very easy to throw the term world class around nowadays, and considering the season he's had at United, it's very easy to label him as a flop. But I don't think we can forget this is a player that does still have talent in him, and I don't think we can take him lightly. I think he has the potential to be. Well, not potential. I don't know. It's very hard to describe a player like Falcao. He's been so unbelievably poor for United this season, and I don't really see him as a threat. I don't particularly see Robin van Persie as a threat in this game either. If he was to start his fixture, it could be a chance for James Wilson to start this game up top for United. He's probably the player that could cause our defence the most threat in this fixture. I'm not overly sure if Angel Di Maria is a player that's going to start for United in this fixture. Of course, he seems to be rather out of favour with Louis van Gaal and the Manchester United setup. Ashley Young getting the nod ahead of him. And they have got some very dangerous players on the flanks who I think we're going to have to take care of. Ashley Young's certainly a player who loves playing against us. And Hector Bellerin, if he is to start this game, is going to have his work cut out for him in this fixture. The big blow for Arsenal is, of course, Danny Welbeck supposedly going to be ruled out for the game. Of course, if he is able to come through, that'd be a massive boost for us if he's to go back to Old Trafford and start for the second time in a row there. But it looks like he's going to be out, and I think that's going to really harm our chances in this game. Only because I feel that with Welbeck out, with Walcott seemingly getting no game time, I have a horrible feeling that we're going to be starting Aaron Ramsey on the right-hand side of the flank. On the right flank, should I say, which I don't think is going to do us any favours in the fixture of this game. United are going to go into this fixture with real intensity. They're going to want to avoid that top, well, not top four, obviously, but they're not going to want to get fourth. They're going to aim for third and avoid those 2 dreaded games at the start of the season, which start the season early, a couple of weeks ahead of everybody else, which they're obviously going to want to avoid. I still think, certainly, we should, even if we were to lose this game, it is still in our own hands. We've got Sunderland and West Brom, which aren't going to be easy games to say the least, but they are at home. We should be picking up 6 points out of 6 in those games, and a top 3 finish should be undeniably in the bag. It would be absolutely disgraceful if we weren't to get a top 3 finish this season after absolutely bottling second. But we could still potentially get a top 2 finish this season, but it is a very big game for us. A lot certainly lies in this fixture, and it's one that if we were to go to Old Trafford and win 2 times in a row this season, that'd be absolutely phenomenal. Like I was saying though about Danny Welbeck on the right hand side, I think it's going to be a big loss. Aaron Ramsey potentially starting in that area of the pitch again, which I don't think is going to do us any favours. It waited an outlet for us in the game against Swansea on Monday night, and I'd much rather see a proper right-handed player start in this fixture and in this game. I think it's a good game for Theo Walcott, runners who can get beyond the back line. Walcott would be ideal for this fixture, but of course I don't want to see him start as a striker where Wenger supposedly sees his future. I don't see him playing there. I want to see him on the right-hand side of the pitch. I want to see Alexis Sanchez on the left and Olivier Giroud up top, which would be his first start against United this season, and hopefully he can notch a couple of goals against them. The Arsenal team that I want to see in full is as follows: David Ospina, Hector Bellerin, Per Mertesacker, Laurent Koscielny, Nacho Monreal, Francis Coquelin, Santi Cazorla, Theo Walcott, Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez and Olivier Giroud. I don't like to think of it as dropping Ramsey. I like to think that I'm leaving him out of the team because I think it's going to be for the good of the game. I certainly think playing a natural right-handed player in this fixture would do us the world of good, as opposed to having Ramsey, who's not going to be providing very much of an outlet there. Alternatively, you drop Santi Cazorla and you play Aaron Ramsey in that slightly deeper role alongside someone like Francis Coquelin, which certainly could boost his confidence. We saw with Olivier Giroud when he had that awful game against Monaco. He started the next fixture and he got a goal against Everton. That was a great game for him. Potentially we could see the same happen with Ramsey, but I think it would come at the cost of dropping someone like either Santi Cazorla or Mesut Ozil. I don't think we can persist playing Ozil, Ramsey and Cazorla all in the same team. It's not going to work for us, and it's hindering Ramsey's development, if anything, because he's being wasted on the right-hand side of the pitch. He's not doing the team any good on that flank, and like I say, it's wasting an outlet on that pitch where someone like Theo Walcott could potentially thrive. But that's the team I want to see start the game. I do think we can go to United and potentially get all 3 points. It's a very, very big game for us in the race for what is still a top 2 finish, but more importantly, it's just vital that we at least secure a top 3 finish so we avoid those dreaded games at the start of the season in the UEFA Champions League qualification round. So, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments box below. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Arsenal in this game. Leave your predictions in the comments box. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV. Check out my own channel, AFC Game by Game. I'll speak to you very soon, guys.